Hello and welcome to a new episode of Let's Talk About the Football from Last Weekend. Let's talk about the football from last weekend. It's been a fantastic week of football. I think everyone can agree. Those watching the games could say, yep, fantastic weekend. Those playing it as well, I suspect they're saying, they've got off the pitch and they've said, well, that was a fantastic game of football as well, wasn't it? Yeah, so I think first of all, I'm delighted to say that we have a new sponsor. The sponsor is an energy drink called Lionade. Just to read the promo, unleash your inner beast with Lionade, the energy drink forged in the spirit of the king of the jungle, packed with an electrifying blend of essential vitamins, rare jungle botanicals, and the kind of raw, untamed energy that would make a lion sprint the full length of the pitch. Lionade fuels your body and mind like nothing else. Each sip floods your system with the power of a last-minute comeback, the stamina of extra-time warriors, and the sharpness of a top striker eyeing the back of the net. Science suggests that Lionade enhances reaction time, boosts endurance, and may even help you pounce on life's opportunities with the precision of a lion stalking its prey. Football is a game of moments. Sorry, that's something else. Yeah, so thank you so much for our sponsors. We couldn't do this show without you. Lionade, terrific drink. I'm addicted, I'll be honest. I've been chugging down bottle after bottle. Martin? Sorry, I've not even introduced you. So I'm joined today on this episode by Martin, who's a big football man. Martin, have you been enjoying the Lionade?
I haven't drank any yet because I'm already hyped up for the fixture. It was good to do the FA Cup games last weekend, but this is the real serious business.
Completely agree with everything you've just said there.
Can I just add, if there are any sponsors for my attendance pod, then I'm willing to listen. So just get in touch with. I'm not sure what our email address or social media address is, but I'm sure you can Google that or find a way to get through to the right contacts.
Okay, I don't think anyone's going to sponsor that though, because I don't think you've had a single listener yet. We do have listeners to this podcast though, and I'm delighted to say that one of them's got in touch. So Mitch in Minnesota. Mitch says, at the beginning of each episode you speak with a certain mocking tone towards Americans and their understanding of soccer. And yes, I did just say soccer, as this is the correct term. The word football refers to a sport played on foot, such as rugby football, American football, Gaelic football, and so on. These games were devised by the working class, as previously the only games played on fields were done on horseback by the well-to-do. Think polo. Not sure if you mean polio or polo there. The word soccer is a Greek extraction derived from the official name of the beautiful game, Association Football. Hope this clears up years of misunderstanding on your side of the pond, Mitch. Don't know what to say about that, other than we do call it football over here, and this is where football was born. This is the home of football. It's not the home of soccer, so yes, you might be right, but no one fucking gives a shit, mate. So thanks for writing in. I appreciate it. It's kind of interesting, but no one likes a pedant.
I think it may be difficult for the Americans to understand our gripe about this. I think we have this perception that, Americans can't possibly have an appreciation for football. They don't have the patience for build-up play because they have short attention spans. They prefer a crash-bang wallop sort of spectacle. And so, I hope that helps with the transatlantic misunderstanding there. And for Mitch in Minnesota, in the northern quarter of the US of A.
It's interesting you say that, though, because I did watch a baseball match, and I have to say I find it incredibly boring.
Yeah, baseball is shit.
I mean, it shouldn't be shit because it's kind of like an interesting game, and you get to hit it really hard, and then running's always fun. But my God, it just took forever. Right, okay. Brighton, first game of the weekend. Not on a Saturday, on a Friday. Brighton, Chelsea. 3-0 to Brighton. Martin, I'm sure we covered this game last episode.
Yeah, the seagulls, they're flying out of the traps like pigeons, I guess. But no, good. Nice to see Mitoma rediscovering his form. But what happened to Chelsea's chances of a league title? That seems a long time ago now, doesn't it?
I'll be honest, Matt. I've got a really bad cold. I just don't know if I've got the energy for this. Okay. Leicester, Arsenal. That was on a Saturday.
Can we please talk about Wanyeri? Because Mourinho, understandably, is going to get all the headlines in this match. And I just feel Wanyeri's contribution to this game is going to be completely overlooked. I thought he was sensational. I mean, what a prospect this guy is. He's only 17. I mean, what was I doing at 17? Well, I was finishing off an NVQ2 in business administration and IT, as it was called then. And I was working nights at the same time in a dead-end data entry job, and that was quite demoralising. Well, immoral, in fact. People talk about 0-hour contracts now. We were expected to hold our W's in for 5-hour shifts. But anyway, to get back to the point, I wasn't terrorising Leicester City's defence at 17. What were you doing at 17, Jamie?
I was in college. I was studying psychology, math, but then I left math because someone I fancied was doing business studies. So I did business studies. The only thing that I remember from business studies was cash cows and... Sorry, I absolutely stinks. I've just farted. That's the that's the cold, though. Right, that does smell. Okay, Aston Villa, Ipswich, 1-1. Who saw that coming?
Well, not me. I mean, huge credit to the Tractor Boys. They frustrated Unai Emery, and I think if you could ever describe a man in one word, then frustrated would be apt. Certainly if appearances or anything to go by. I read some of the post-match reports just to get inside the head of this tactical genius. Yeah. And he said, just a quote, "I was frustrated. I was trying to tell the players, please try to dominate. Get good positions. Go higher. Try to do passes. Try to get into the box. Get chances." They were his instructions, and I just feel he was let down by his players. But not Kieran McKenna. He's also a genius, and whatever in-depth tactical instruction he imparted on his players in that moment that Tuanzebe got sent off, well, it clearly had the right effect.
Great first name as well, Tuanzebe. Axel.
Yeah. I mean, how are you spelling that?
Okay. Fulham, Nottingham Forest. So those tricky trees cut down to size by ESR.
Yeah, well, there's only one place to start, isn't there? And that's Adama Traore. Frustration is the word that comes to mind. Well, because he doesn't do it on a regular basis, does he? But if he played like this every week, he'd be an absolute joy to watch, because when he plays like this, he is an absolute joy to watch.
Oh, God.
And by the way, he says he doesn't go to the gym. Well, I don't go to the gym either, and I don't look like that.
Yes, but that's because you eat a lot of shit, isn't it? It really does taste nice, though. Lionade. Okay. The Saints, those pesky Saints, at home at St Mary's, the Saints of St Mary's, they played Bournemouth. Bournemouth won 3-1, 3-1. Great result for Bournemouth, even though Southampton aren't very good. It was still a good result for Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, indeed. Bournemouth, Southampton, separated by sea and land, but certainly sharing some of that south coast. If you bring Southampton down a bit, or it's a port, isn't it? It's a maritime city, so it's a sea, but it's a kind of inlet. I think that's the right word. The sea comes into the sort of vicinity of that area, and there's certainly a rich history of naval tradition. Boats, they're there as well. So Bournemouth, they are flying high, sailing high, if you like, at this point, and they put the Saints to the sword, so to speak.
Yeah, if you could think of a footballer who would look good with a sword, who would it be? I'm going to say Justin Kluivert.
Possibly Darwin Núñez.
Oh, that's a good one as well.
Yeah, he might be more of a... I think he'd be in line to play Zorro.
Yeah. Brentford, West Ham, the Hammers, 0 points. Brentford, 1 point. Tasty goal by Brian Mbeumo. But it wasn't Brian Mbeumo, was it? Pullback reveal. It was, in fact, another player, wasn't it, Martin?
Yeah, this was a poor game by all accounts, and I'd be lying if I said I didn't sort of, skip and skim through most of the highlights. But, Brian Potter is having absolutely no effect on West Ham in the same way that he had no effect at Chelsea, but did have an effect at Brighton, where he was brilliant. His team there were able to play to instruction, but that was a long time ago. They say managers go grey under stress, and his hair has gone grey.
Has it really gone grey?
No. I've literally just Googled it. I saw it in my mind's eye as grey, but no, it's still blonde, but sort of getting there towards grey.
He still lives in Brighton, by the way. Right, Crystal Palace, everyone's second favourite team. Bit of a Easter egg there for keen listeners and listeners of the first pod. Everyone's second team, Crystal Palace. They lost to Everton. Everton! Once again, Everton. Everything's coming up Everton. David Moyes, 2-1.
Well, here is a man with grey hair. White hair, in fact. White as a cloud.
He does look old.
And he's wandered in like a cloud. Seamlessly wandered in and brought sunshine to clouds, isn't it? If they sort of dodge out the way, as they famously do, to allow the sunshine in. But no dodging on his part. I mean, they say Ruben Amorim hasn't had enough time to change Man United.
Yeah, and he's not, has he? No.
But David Moyes has had less time at Everton, and he's changed them wholesale. So, is a few weeks enough time? Which one is it? Somebody's lying.
Amorim's not had the time. Moyes has had the time, and look what he's done with it.
And it's incredible. They lose in Dye.
Yeah.
Their only real creative asset, and you think, okay, where are the goals coming from? And yet they're having no problems now creating chances. It's an incredible turnaround in form. But Palace with their old retro Eurovision administrator at the helm, they were a bit unlucky actually. They had one dubiously chalked off, and then one that crashed the other side of the bar. But
sorry, what? They've lost Ndiaye?
Yeah, Everton have lost Ndiaye.
So where
to injury.
Oh, to injury, okay. Tottenham Manchester United is going on at the minute. Quick update for you guys. It's currently Tottenham 1 versus Manchester United So the other game that we can talk about is Liverpool Wolves. Now, once again, keen listeners could. Sorry, keen listeners will be saying, "Is he going to say Wolves are going to nip at some ankles again?" And yes, I am. Wolves nipped at the ankles of Liverpool, but didn't quite get the kill. They probably just scraped along the shin bone, took a bit of I don't know, maybe a little bit of cartilage was taken, but Liverpool was still able to walk through the ball pit, get up to the big swing, go along the swing onto the monkey bars. Yes. £5. That's not bad actually. £5 to get in there, into the playpin, the wacky warehouse. Liverpool 2-1. Thoughts, Martin?
Yeah, look, there are a lot of Liverpool fans who...
Yeah, I mean, tell me about it.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're everywhere, aren't they? What's that saying? You're never more than 3 feet away from a rat. And you could say the same about Tories, and you could definitely say the same about Liverpool fans.
It's not just Merseyside, is it? It's, it doesn't matter if you're in Dover or Cambodia. In fact, you could go to an untouched tribe in the Amazon and there'd be some chief in a Liverpool shirt going, "Oh, Liverpool FA Cup win, Michael Owen, fuck off."
Yeah, it's the team for people who don't follow football. They're your aunt's team, or your neighbours just started supporting them. Anyone can support Liverpool, and anyone does support Liverpool. But yeah, I was going to say there'll be a lot of Liverpool fans pooping their pants at the moment. And I think today's game was all about, look, we haven't shit the bed. We've got 3 points. We've steadied the ship. But actually, I think they've left with more questions than answers today. I thought Wolves troubled them in that second half. And I think Wolves are looking a cut above the teams in the relegation zone. I think they'll pull away soon.
You weren't... Sorry, let me just clarify. You weren't laughing at me a second ago, were you?
I was...
You were laughing with me. You weren't laughing at me.
No, I was laughing with you. You'll
Okay.
never laugh alone, as they perhaps could say.
I'm going to listen back to that and check. Okay. So I think we've reached the end of the Premier League fixtures for this weekend. Martin, it was a pleasure as always. Apologies about the illness. Can't really control it. Yeah, I just I just want to curl up in a ball at the minute. Yep, I can feel that I'm going to fart again. Oh God. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yep. Okay. Brilliant. I think you can probably get rid of that in the edit, hopefully. Thanks for listening, everyone. Cheers. Thanks, Martin.
Yeah, pleasure. And just to say, I'm watching the game on the stream, and it is still Tottenham 1-0 to Manchester United.
Don't think we needed that, but excellent. I thought you were better in that episode, but still at the same time you were quick enough. And also, I know I don't agree with this second podcast I've got going. I would agree if you had no listeners. You didn't even announce that you were going to be doing it. So yeah, that would have been a good time. Anyway,
Yeah. No, do you know what?